All right, so you want to start doing bonded work. What are underwriters going to actually ask you for? What's necessary to provide in order to get bonded? Stay tuned in this video. I'm going to share that with you. What's up, guys? I'm Mike Salas. This is the Business Insurance Playbook. It's a channel I founded to help business owners become better buyers of insurance and to help them with their bonding and surety needs as well. I have 13 years of experience helping companies across a wide variety of industries handle things like insurance, risk management, and bonds. And I just wanted to help people out. If you enjoy my content, give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. All right, so what does an underwriter actually look for when you need bonds? The first thing to keep in mind is getting a bond is more like getting a bank line of credit than it is getting insurance. I think that's one of the things I see a lot of contractors confuse. Because bonds, there's not expected to be a loss, right? Insurance, underwriters think there's going to be a loss and they underwrite for that and they have to build that into their cost. So the first piece of information that would be really, really helpful to help you stand out and get the limits that you want is an intro letter, right? Just kind of like a narrative about you, about your culture, about your character, right? And if you work with a good agent, they can kind of help craft this for you so it sounds really good. Think of like in real estate, if you're selling a house, you have your listing, it's kind of that write-up that attracts buyers. That's what you're trying to do with your intro letter. And this can also share things about your history, your background. Especially this is critical if you have less experience, right? Or maybe you had a bankruptcy in the past, but it's been 7 years, and there needs to be some color added around that. So when that underwriter first sees the submission, they'll just be like, nope, I'm not going to issue any bonds for this company. Second piece of information that you'll need to be prepared to submit through your agent is a questionnaire. Your agent should have a preset questionnaire. It's going to have a lot of different questions. It won't take you too long to complete, maybe 10, 15 minutes max. It's going to ask things about the ownership, the type of work you do, right? Get really in the weeds with specifically describing the type of work you're doing. Also, the app questionnaire will probably ask about your largest project. This is really important because if a surety is trying to approve you for a $2 million bond and you've only done the biggest job before has been $500,000 worth of work, they're going to want to know why. Again, if this is the case and there's this gap, go back to the first tip, which is that whole intro letter. This is where you kind of describe some of that stuff to the underwriter. Okay, the third thing that underwriters are going to look for is financials. They're going to want 2 to 3 years fiscal year end financial statements of your company. And then obviously your personal financials as well. And I'm going to tell you why, because you have to personally guarantee bonds. I don't know if you knew that, but as a business owner and you need a bond, you are personally guaranteeing, meaning if your company walks away, that surety company is going to come after you personally. They're going to take your house, your assets, at least try to. One other thing I want to clarify, depending on the size of work you do will depend on the type of financials needed. Less than 750, less than $1 million, maybe just internal financials are fine. Over $1 million, could be a compilation statement from a CPA, maybe a CPA reviewed, maybe a CPA audited. Especially if you're over a $1.5 million single job, be expecting reviewed financials, at least maybe audited. Fourth piece of information is a WIP, a work in process schedule. They want to know what do you have on hand, right? What are you working on now? How are those jobs going from a profit standpoint? This is really key for a surety company to feel comfortable extending surety credit to you. And then lastly, I'm just going to add some optional items here. This could be things like if you have a bank line of credit, get a letter from your bank. Maybe you have reference letters from other trade partners and suppliers that you've worked with. That can be helpful. Maybe you have resumes, right? If you're a younger company, again, this is extremely helpful to have the resumes. So all these 5 things, if you do them, that will improve your chances. They're going to be required anyways, but if you do them well, put a lot of time and effort into this, because if you're going to do surety work, it's really, really important you establish a quality relationship from the jump. Hey, if you enjoyed this conversation and the way that kind of I conveyed my thoughts with you, and you're missing this from either a surety or an insurance agent, let's talk. Send me a message, shoot me a phone call. I'd love to see if we can help you out. Thanks.